Welcome to another segment of Weird Futures Comic Talk. I'm your host, Bob Cheesy, and pretty excited to go over with you guys Ghost Rider issue number 1, written by Felipe Smith and art done by Danilo Beyruth. Now, if you're not aware of what's been happening with Ghost Rider, it looks like Marvel is changing things up with Ghost Rider and replacing Johnny Blaze with Robbie Reyes as being Marvel's main Ghost Rider, hence why the title is Ghost Rider and not All New Ghost Rider. Robbie Reyes actually had his own standalone comic series called All New Ghost Rider, but my guess is feedback is doing well with Robbie Reyes, or Marvel just wants to move on with replacing Johnny Blaze by Robbie Reyes, which has been happening a lot in Marvel lately, where they're just replacing classic characters with a new character filling in that role. Now, I actually like Robbie Reyes' story, so I'm actually pretty ready to embrace Robbie as a new Ghost Rider. But don't worry guys, because Johnny Blaze is still alive and well, even though to the point where he even had a cameo in All New Ghost Rider, when Robbie Reyes had his own story. So for a quick summary of Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider, his satanic uncle, whose name is Eli, was a ghost in a muscle car and possessed Robbie when Robbie was competing in a street race to make money for his younger brother, Gabe, who happens to be paralyzed from the legs.
You Professor X confirms.
As a result, Eli resides in Robbie's body, who is a pretty evil dude, and he wants to cause havoc, which creates this yin-yang dynamic between the good Robbie and evil Eli in one body. So now on to the issue. It begins by Robbie and Gabe bonding over cars, and then it goes to Amadeus Cho, the new Hulk, having his scientific team transport this purple goo, which takes control of the first living thing it sees, which happens to be a mouse. And it's consuming all of its surroundings, all living things around it. So as a result, Amadeus' scientific team, they freak out. Amadeus is confident because he's Hulk, so he turns into Hulk, and he checks out the goo, and he thinks of it as a joke because it tries biting him, and he's just laughing and saying it tickles, but then it bites his tongue. And all of a sudden, this purple goo rat thing turns just as strong as Hulk and has damned the world as we know it. Meanwhile, Robbie is driving with his brother. Some jerks are mean to him. Robbie contains himself because he can easily shit all over them, but he refuses to go nuts in front of his dear brother. So he takes them back home, and then he proceeds to kick their ass while his brother is safe at home. And then at the end of the issue, we see a cameo from the new Wolverine, Laura Kinney, and her sister in LA, where Robbie Reyes is, and Laura senses the purple rat Hulk and understands shit's about to go down. And that's the end of the issue as we know it. So my thoughts about the issue is that it's an okay introduction to Robbie Reyes, but I don't believe it's thorough enough to understand how he is the new Ghost Rider. And then also, it's nice to see the connections to other Marvel characters, to Wolverine and Hulk, because we all need a reminder that this is indeed a Marvel comic. And honestly, I don't have much to say about it. I like this Ghost Rider from his previous runs, and I hope to see more from what goes on and what he brings to Marvel. So I'm excited to see this grow, I should say. So thanks for checking this out. And this has been Bob Cheesy with Weird Future.